So you could have this healthy lifestyle. You may only eat organic, free-range, gluten-free, hand-washed by Egyptian princes type food, but if bile is not flowing correctly so that the toxins can be removed, the liver can still be overwhelmed and create liver malfunctions that lead to these thyroid problems. So here's the real meat of the problem. The T4 thyroid hormone is not the active form of the thyroid hormone. The T4 has to be converted to T3. Now the kidneys can do this a little bit, but like 80% of our T4 that gets converted to T3 does so by the liver. So if the liver is overwhelmed by refiltering out junk that it's already done, it can't handle a lot of these jobs. So if you can't get that conversion going, how is your thyroid supposed to work? When we look at what's going on, it's really not a broken thyroid, it's a broken everything else that's kind of leading up to the function of that thyroid. Now, some feel that bile is needed for that conversion from T4 to T3, and some feel like the conversion just happens in the liver and it can't happen if there's liver problems. No matter what the situation is, it's obvious that bile needs to be flowing for the liver to function correctly and to make that conversion happen. Another interesting connection when you're looking at the whole picture is there's a lot of evidence that shows that high estrogen levels can block that conversion from T4 to T3. What we view is that high estrogen is the #1 cause for bile becoming too thick and sticky to flow correctly. It's not the only cause, but it seems to be a very common cause. So if someone's taking estrogen medications, or maybe stress in their life is elevating stress hormones like estrogen, or maybe just stress in their body is elevating stress hormones like estrogen. And a lot of times that stress in the body is coming from a lack of resources. The body doesn't have enough minerals and nutrients to carry out all the functions that it needs to function. And that can lead right back to that improper digestion we were talking about, where maybe someone isn't making enough stomach acid, or if bile isn't flowing correctly, that alkaline bile doesn't come down and meet that stomach acid and create that sizzle that really helps us bust the food apart and pull all the nutrients out. Another connection is that there's this sphincter ovati down that kind of releases the bile down into the duodenum once the acid product leaves the stomach. And a lot of people believe that sphincter relies on thyroid hormone to be able to relax and open up and allow the bile to flow. So it could be this thing where, hey, my thyroid's not really working because my bile wasn't flowing, or maybe the bile stopped flowing because my thyroid wasn't working. There's a lot of problems. And so we kind of view it like if someone can help their bile get moving again and kind of thin it out so it can flow correctly, then it can create this cascade of allowing things to function the way they're supposed to.